While the Infinity Saga is long finished, nobody tell that to Hasbro, because today I'm going to review the Infinity Saga Iron Man. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm Adam from FWCI Collector's Edition. We're going to be having a look at the Marvel Legends Captain America Civil War Infinity Saga Iron Man Mark 46. If you don't know what I mean by after that, it's an Iron Man figure. We're talking about Tony Stark. And we definitely are talking about Tony Stark, which we'll get to in just a moment. Firstly, make sure you do subscribe here if you are new to the channel and help us get to 1,000 subscribers. That is the current goal. We appreciate it a lot. And make sure you tell me in the comments what your thoughts are on this as we go through the review together. Let's start with the packaging. I've talked about this packaging on the channel before. I think it's more about the display than it is the actual figure, which is why I think this wave in particular seem to have a lot of repaints. I think these are more just things for people to display as a boxed item. That's just my take on it, and I don't hate it. It looks good, but I unbox them anyway, so it doesn't bother me one way or the other. Now, when I purchased this, the only Iron Man figures that I had for the MCU were the one that came with the, I think it was like Infinity War, and it was in the Thanos Build-A-Figure set, but it didn't have a Build-A-Figure piece, but it was very, very red. I had that one, and then I bought the 2-pack with Stark and Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, which, I don't know, was a little bit of a letdown. I didn't really like that one there, but my first impression of this figure out of the box is this is the kind of Iron Man that I want on my shelf. I prefer this over the Endgame Iron Man suit that he has there. It's just a little bit too sleek. This one still looks like an actual sort of, you know, mechanical suit, which that's the Iron Man that I know and love, you know? It's also very dark, this figure. The red is very dark. It's this kind of matte metallic paint job, which looks great. We've got the silver and the gold on there as well, which, you know, all just kind of, I wouldn't say it pops, but it all sort of goes together and looks very, very screen accurate, probably. That's probably why it's got this darker tone. Accessory-wise, he comes with the usual suspects. You get a couple of blue blast effects, you get a couple of fists, and you do get a couple of open hands. But what I like about these is they're not the hands that are kind of sculpted to be in that position, which can be kind of, you know, not useful if you're doing any other pose. These are just open hands that seem to have a really strong hinge so that you can put them in the right position and things like that. And I don't know if that's a new feature or not, because the Iron Mans that I had have had a very different sort of hand, but this one is really good because even without the blast effects in it or anything like that, it just looks like a regular, you know, open hand when you're just standing him up. And he comes with the unmasked head, which is the brand new Tony Stark head scan. This is probably what's going to draw most people to this. It is the same as the one that comes in the 2-pack with Thanos, except a key difference. This one will pop onto a regular peg, whereas the 2-pack one has the whole neck piece all connected to the head when you swap it out. So this is actually probably the big draw of this, to get this really, really good Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt. I think it's probably the best one that they've put out, and I'm really happy to just be able to get that in a Infinity Saga one in retail, you know? This just looks absolutely perfect. Iron Man was made to be an action figure, and, you know, this, in honesty, this is my favorite Iron Man action figure that I own. I do have a comic book version as well, which is, you know, pretty neat to have, but this is just something else. Like, this is really a step up. But the paintwork on this is absolutely amazing. The articulation, got double jointed pinned elbows, double jointed pinned knees, which I'm fine with. It's an Iron Man suit. I can get around the fact that there's a round, you know, functional kind of plug on the side of his suit. I feel like that kind of tracks. The head does move all the way up, as you would expect for an Iron Man figure, so you can get him in a pretty sweet flying pose if that's what you're into. He passes the Tarantino test with flying colors. The feet on this are very, very flat, very, very stable, and you can get him in a really good stoic standing pose. That's what I like about this. It's not just sort of designed to be in a flight kind of mode or a battle kind of mode. This is an Iron Man that you could just have standing there, no helmet on, great head scan, and it will look very sort of stoic and, you know, real. So because the feet are good, that means this bloke up here is having a great day. As I mentioned earlier, you can use this Tony Stark head on other MCU heads with, you know, non superhero bodies, civilian bodies. You got tons of options, but you've now got a really quality Robert Downey Jr. head sculpt to use in your figure photography. My final thoughts are I'm very, very surprised at how much I love this figure. This is just the perfect Iron Man. The last two that I've had have both been good, but have both had something about them that was just a little bit off to me. And this one is the one that I've been looking for. So my final thoughts are that this is the perfect Iron Man figure. I've said it. It has been declared. This is the perfect Iron Man figure. If you want the perfect one, this is the guy to get. Is he shelf-worthy? Yes. In fact, he already replaced the cartoon Iron Man on my Midnight Suns shelf, just because this is a bit more accurate to what he looks like in the game anyway. But I couldn't stand just putting this figure aside or putting it on a little rando shelf by itself. I wanted it to be a part of a display. But let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, 1,000 subscribers is the target that we're trying to get to. Go check out all the other content that's already up on the channel. And as always, everyone, be well, stay safe, look after your figs. See you in the next video. Peace!